What's up, y'all? I'm back. Haven't read since. Haven't read since 3 of 25 last year. Oh my god. So I have been reading Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. And I had took a break, like my phone ran out of memory and all kind of stuff. And I was just going through a lot of stuff. But I want to start reading the rest of it again because I don't know. I really hate that I didn't get to finish. It ended abruptly in the middle of chapter 16. So I'm just going to start chapter 16 over again and then just do 16 and 17 because these chapters are pretty short. But yeah, I hate that it ended up in the middle, right in the middle of the chapter. So I'm just going to start over, like I said. Uh, so maybe this will help a little bit. All right, y'all. Bear with me because I'll be messing up the words sometimes. So I'm starting chapter 16 over. Oh, today I will be reading chapter 16. The season closed and people went away like they had come in droves. Tea Cake and Janie decided to stay since they wanted to make another season of the muck. There was nothing to do after they had gathered several bushels of dried beans to save over and sell to the planters in the fall. So Janie began to look around and see people and things she hadn't noticed during the season. For instance, during the summer when she heard the subtle but compelling rhythms of the Bahamian drummers, she'd walk over and watch the dances. She did not laugh the saws to scorn as she had heard the people doing in the season. She got to like it a lot, and she and Tea Cake were on hand every night till the others teased them about it. Janie came to know Miss Turner now. She had seen her several times during the season, but neither ever spoke. Now they got to be visiting friends. Miss Turner was a milky sort of a woman that belonged to childbed. Her shoulders rounded a little, and she must have been conscious of her pelvis because she kept it stuck out in front of her so she could always see it. Tea Cake made a lot of fun about Miss Turner's shape behind her back. He claimed that she had been shaped up by a cow kicking her from behind. She was an ironing board with the things thrown at it. With things, with things thrown at it. Then that same cow took and stepped in her mouth when she was a baby and left it wide and flat with her chin and nose almost meeting. Why would they say that? But Miss Turner's shape and features were entirely approved by Miss Turner. Her nose was slightly pointed and she was proud. Her thin lips were an ever delight to her eyes. Even her buttocks is what? Bas relief were a source of pride. Even her buttocks in bas relief were a source of pride. Okay. To her way of thinking, all these things set her aside. What? Where? To her way of thinking, all these things set her aside from Negroes. This was why she sought out Janie to friend with. Janie's coffee and cream complexion and her luxurious hair made Miss Turner forgive her for wearing overalls like the other women who worked in the fields. She didn't forgive her for marrying a man as dark as tea cake, but she felt that she could remedy that. That was what her brother was born for. She seldom stayed long when she found tea cake at home, but when she happened to drop in and catch Janie alone, she spent hours chatting away. Her disfavorite subject was Negroes. Miss Woods, I have often said to my husband, I don't see how a lady like Miss Woods can stand all them common niggers round her place all the time. They don't worry me at all, Miss Turner. Fact about the thing is, they tickles me with they talk. Y'all, here I go struggling. You got more nerve than me. When somebody talked my husband into coming down here to open up a eating place, I never dreamt so many different kinds of black folks could collect in one place. Did I never did I never would have come. I ain't used to associating with black folks. My son claims they draws lightning. They laughed a little, and after many of these talks, Miss Turner said, "Your husband must have had plenty money when y'all got married." "What make you think that, Miss Turner?" "To get hold of a woman like you, you got more nerve than me. I just couldn't see myself marrying to no black man. It's too many black folks already. We ought to lighten up the race." She crazy. No, no, my husband didn't have nothing but himself. He's easy to love if you mess around, and I loves him. Why you, Miss Woods? I don't believe it. You's just sort of hypnotized, that's all. No, it's real. I couldn't stand it if he was to quit me. Don't know what I'd do. He he can take most any little thing and make some summertime out of it when times is dull. Summertime. Then we lives off of that happiness he made till some more happiness come along. You's different from me. I can't stand black niggers. I don't blame the white folks for hating them, 'cause I can't stand them myself. Not another thing I hates to see folks like me and you mixed up with 'em. Us oughta class off. Us can't do it. We's a mingled people, and all us got black kinfolks as well as yaller kinfolks. How come you so against black? And they makes me tired. Always laughing. They laughs too much and they laughs too loud. Always singing old nigger songs. Always cutting the monkey for white folks. They doing what? If it wasn't for so many black folks, it wouldn't be no race problem. The white folks would take us in with them. The black ones is holding us back. You reckon? 'Cause I ain't never thought about it too much. But I don't figure they even going to want us for company. We're too poor. Tain't the poorness, it's the color and the features. Who want any little old black baby laying up in the baby buggy looking like a fly in buttermilk? Who wants to be mixed up with a rusty black man and a black woman going down the street in all them loud colors and hooting and hollering and laughing over nothing? I don't know. Don't bring me no nigger doctor to hang over my sick bed. I done had 6 children. Wasn't lucky enough to raise but that one, and ain't never had a nigger to ever fill my pulse. White doctors always gets my money. I don't go in no nigger store to buy nothing neither. Color folks don't know nothing about no business. Deliver me. Miss Turner was almost screaming in fanatical earnestness by now. Janie was dumb and bewildered before, and she clucked sympathetically and wished she knew what to say. It was so evident that Miss Turner took black folk as a personal affront to herself. "Look at me. I ain't got no flat nose and no liver lips. I'm a featured woman. I got white folks' features in my face still, and all I got to be lumped in with all the rest. It ain't fair. Even if they don't take us in with the whites, they ought to make us a class to ourselves. It don't worry me at all, but I reckon I got ain't got no real head for thinking. God damn, this shit be tearing my ass up. You ought to meet my brother. He's real smart. Got dead straight hair. They made him a delegate to the Sunday school convention, and he read a paper on Booker T. Washington and tore him to pieces. Booker T. He was a great big man, wasn't he? Supposed to be. All he ever done was cut the monkey for white folks, so they pumped him up. But you know what the old folks say? The higher the monkey climbs, the more he show his behind. So that's the way it was with Booker T. My brother hit him every time they give him chance to speak. I was raised on the notion that he was a great big man with all that Janie knew to say. Was all that Janie knew to say. He didn't do nothing but hold us back, talk about work when the race ain't never done nothing else. He was an enemy to us. That's what. He was a white folks nigger. According to all Janie had been taught, this was sacrilege. So she sat without speaking at all. Miss Turner went on. I done set for my brother to come down and spend a while with us. He's sort of out of work now. I want you to meet him most special. Meet him most special. You and him would make up a swell couple if you wasn't already married. He's a fine carpenter when he when he can get anything to do. Yeah, maybe so, but I is married now, so take no use in considering. Miss Turner finally rose to go after being very firm about several other viewpoints of either herself, her son, or her brother. She begged Jenny to drop in on her any time, but never once mentioned tea cake. Finally, she was gone, and Jenny hurried to her kitchen to put on supper and found Tea Cake sitting in there with his head between his hands. Tea Cake, I didn't know you was home. Oh, I remember. It was getting good, and then all of a sudden, you're not good for me. Okay. Stop yelling! Shut my door, please. Shut my door. Please shut it. All right. I know you didn't. I've been here a long time listening to that have run me down to the dogs. Tried to told you off for me. So that was that was she so that what she was up to? I didn't know. Of course she is. She got some no count brother she wants you to hook up with and take care of, I reckon. Shucks. If that's her notion, she barking up the wrong tree. My hands is full already. Thank you, ma'am. I hates that woman like poison. Keep her from round this house. Her look like a white woman with that mariny skin and hair just as close to her head as 99 is to 100. She hate black folks, so she don't need our money in here old Eden place, in her old Eden place. I'll pass the word along. We can go to the white man's place and get good treatment. Her and that whittled down husband of hers and that son, he just a dirty trick her womb played on her. Ooh, I'm telling her husband to keep her home. I don't want her around this house. One day, T Cake met Turner and his son on the street. He was a vanished looking kind of man, and if there used to be parts about him that stuck out individually, or as if there used to be parts about him that stuck out individually, but now he hadn't a thing about him that wasn't dwindled and blurred. Damn. Just like he had been sandpapered down to a long oval mass. Tea Cake felt sorry for him without knowing why, so he didn't blurt out the insults he had intended, but he couldn't hold in everything. They talked about the prospects for the coming season for a moment. Then Tea Cake said, "Your wife don't seem to have nothing much to do, so she can visit a lot. Mine got too much to do to go visiting, and too much to spend time talking to folks that visit her. My wife takes time for whatever she wants to do. Real strong headed that way. Yes, indeed. He laughed a high, lungless laugh. The chillin' don't keep her in no more, so she visits when she chooses. The chillin'? Tea Cake asked him in surprise. You got any smaller than him? He indicated the son, who seemed around 20 or so. I ain't seen your others. I reckon you ain't, 'cause they all passed on before this one was born. We ain't had no luck at all with our children. We lucky to raise him. He's the last stroke of exhausted nature. He gave his powerless laugh again, and Tea Cake and the boy joined in with him. Then Tea Cake walked on off and went home to Janie. Her husband can't do nothing with that buck-headed woman. All you could do is treat her cold whenever she come round here. Janie tried that, but short of telling Miss Turner bluntly, there was nothing she could do to discourage her completely. She felt honored by Janie's acquaintance, and she quickly forgave and forgot snubs in order to keep it. Anyone who looked more white folk than herself was better than she was in her criteria. Therefore, it was right that they should be cruel to her at times, just as she was cruel to those more Negro than herself in direct ratio to their Negroness. Like the pecking order in a chicken yard. Insensate, insensate, insensate cruelty, y'all. To those you can whip, and groveling submission to those you can't. Once having set up her idols and built altars to them, it was inevitable that she would worship there. It was inevitable that she should accept any inconsistency and cruelty from her deity, as all good worshippers do from theirs. All gods who receive homage are cruel. All gods who dispense suffering without reason. All gods dispense suffering without reason. Otherwise, they would not be worshipped. Through indiscriminate suffering, men know fear, and fear is the most divine emotion. It is the stones for altars and the beginning of wisdom. Half gods are worshipped in wine and flowers. Real gods require blood. That's good. Miss Turner, like all other believers, had built an altar to the unattainable, Caucasian characteristics for all. Her God would smite her, would hurl her from pinnacles and lose her in deserts, but she would not forsake her altars. Behind her crude words was a belief that somehow she and others through worship could attain her paradise, a heaven of straight-haired, thin-lipped, high nose bone white seraphs. The physical impossibilities in no way injured faith. That was the mystery, and mysteries are the chores of gods. Beyond her faith was a fanaticism to defend the altars of her God. It was distressing to emerge from her inner temple and find those black desecrators howling with laughter before the shore. Oh, for any army terrible with banners and swords. So she didn't cling to Janie the woman. She paid homage to Janie's Caucasian characteristics as such. And when she was with Janie, she had a feeling of transmutation, as if she herself had become whiter and with straighter hair, and she hated TK for his defilement of divinity, and next for his telling mockery of her. Zora can write. If she only knew something she could do about it, but she didn't. Once she was complaining about the carryings on at the juke, and Tea Cake snapped, "Oh, don't make God look so foolish, finding fault with everything he made." So Miss Turner frowned most of the time. She had so much to disprove of. It didn't affect Tea Cake and Jenny too much. It just gave them something to talk about in the summertime when everything was dull on the muck. Otherwise, they made little trips to Palm Beach, Fort Myers, and Fort Lauderdale for their fun. Before they realized it, in the sun was cooler, and the crowds came pouring onto the muck again. All right, I'm finna finish chapter 17. This is just like very few pages, so I can do that easily. Yeah, I can do that. A great oh, a great deal of the old crowd were back, but there were lots of new ones too. Some of these men made and this is chapter 17. Some of these men made passes at Janie, and women who didn't know took out after tea cake. Didn't take them long to be put right, however. Still in all, jealousies arose now and then on both sides. When Miss Turner's brother came and she brought him over to be introduced, Tea Cake had a brainstorm. Before the week was over, he had whipped Janie. Oh, shit. That's fucked up. Not because her behavior justified his jealousy, but it relieved that awful fear inside him. Being able to whip her reassured him in possession. No brutal beating at all. He just slapped her around a bit to show he was boss. He was doing too much. Oh, everybody talked about it next day in the fields. It aroused a sort of envy in both men and women. The way he petted and pampered her as if those 2 or 3 slaps had nearly killed her made the women see visions, and the helpless way she hung on him made men dream. He beat her ass, and all the other women are jealous. What's going on? Oh, Tea Cake, you sure was a lucky man. Sop the Bottom told him. A person can see every place you hit her. I bet she never raised her hand to hit you back, neither. Take some of these old rusty black women, and they would fight you all night long, and next day nobody couldn't tell you ever hit him. That's the reason I don't done quit beating my woman. You can't make no mark on them at all. Wouldn't wouldn't love to whoop a tender woman like Jenny. Wouldn't I love to whoop a tender woman like Jenny? He is gushing over the thought of whooping on this lady. He is telling her man that. I bet she don't even holler. He thinks she get whooped properly. Like she acts proper while she's getting whooped. She just cries. Auntie Cake. He said, that's right. He gonna say that's right. Oh my God. See that? My woman would spread her lungs all over Palm Beach County, let alone knock out my jaw teeth. You don't know that woman of mine. She got 99 rows of jaw teeth, and get her good and mad, she'll wade through solid rock up to her hip pockets. God damn. My Jenny is a high time woman and used to things. I didn't get her out of the middle of the road. I got her out of a big fine house. Right now she got money enough in the bank to buy up these zigaboos and give them away. Hush your mouth. And she down here on the muck like anybody else. Jenny is wherever I wants to be. That's the kind of wife she is, and I love her for it. I wouldn't be knocking her around. I didn't once whoop her last night, but old Miss Turner done sent for her brother to come to bait Janie in and take her away from me. I didn't whoop Janie 'cause she done nothing. I beats her to show them Turners who is boss. I sat in the kitchen one day and heard that woman tell my wife I'm too black for her. She don't see how Jenny can stand me. Tell her husband on her. Shucks, I believe she's scared of her. He's scared of her. Knock her teeth down her throat. That would look like she's some affluence when she ain't. I just let her see that I got control. So she live off of our money and don't like black folks, huh? Okay. We'll have her gone from here before 2 weeks is up. I'm going right off to all the men and drop rocks against her. I ain't mad with her for what she done, 'cause she ain't done me nothing yet. I'm mad at her for thinking. Her and her gang got to go. Her and her gang got to go. Us is widget tea cake. You know that already. That Turner woman is real smart, according to her notions. Reckon she done heard about that money your wife got in the bank, and she's bound to rope her into her family one way or another. So I don't think it's half the money as it is the looks. She's color struck. She ain't got the kind of mind you meet every day. She ain't a fact, and neither do she make a good story when you tell about her. Ah, yeah, she's too smart to stay around here. She figures we's just a bunch of dumb niggas, so she thinks she'll grow horns, but that's a lie. She'd die butt-headed. Saturday afternoon, when the work tickets were turned into cash, everybody began to buy coon dick and get drunk. Coon dick. Coon dick. Okay. But by dusk dark, Belglade was full of loud talking, staggering men. Plenty women had gotten their knots charged too. The police chief in his speedy Ford was rushing from juke to juke and eating house, trying to keep order but making few arrests. Not enough jail space for all the drunks, so why bother with a few? All he could do to keep down fights and get the white men out of Colored Town by 9 o'clock. Dick Sterrett and Kudame seemed to be the worst off. Their liquor took them to go from place to place, pushing and shoving and loud talking, and they were doing it. Way after a while, they arrived at Miss Turner's eating house and found the place full to the limit. Tea cake, beef stew, sop the bottom, booty knee, motorboat, and all the familiar crowd was there. Kudame straightened up as if in surprise and asked, "Say, what y'all doing in here? Eating?" Stew Beef told him. "They got beef stew, so you know I got to be here. You know I'd be here. You know I'd be here. With all we all likes to take a rest from our women folks cooking once in a while. So us all eating away from home tonight. Anyhow, Miss Turner got the best old grub in town." Miss Turner, back and forth in the dining room, heard Sop when he said this and beamed. "I expect you last two ones to come in is going to have to wait for a seat. I'm all full up now." "That's all right." Excuse me. Starrett objected. "You fry me some fish. I can eat that standing up. Cup of coffee on the side. Sling me up a plate of that stewed beef with some coffee too, please, ma'am. Starrett is just easy drunk, just as drunk as I is, and if he can eat stand up, I can do the same." Kudame leaned drunkenly against the wall, and everybody laughed. Pretty soon, the girl that was waiting tables for Miss Turner brought in the order, and Starrett took his fish and coffee in his hands and stood there. Kudame wouldn't take his off the tray like he should have. "Now you hold it for me, baby, and let me eat," he told the waitress. He took the fork and started to eat off the tray. "Nobody ain't got no time to hold your grub up in front of your face," she told Kudame. "Here, take it yourself." "You're right," Kudame told her. "Give it here. Sop can give me his chair." "You's a lie," Sop retorted. "I ain't through and I ain't ready to get up." Kudame tried to shove Sop out of the chair and Sop resisted. That brought a whole lot of shoving and scrambling and coffee got spilt on Sop. So he aimed at Kudame with the saucer and hit Booty Knee. Booty Knee threw his thick coffee cup at Kudame and just missed Stew Beef. So it got to be a big fight. Miss Turner came running out of the kitchen. Then TK got up and caught hold of Kudame by the collar. "Look at here. Y'all don't come in here and raise no disturbance in the place. Miss Turner is too nice a folk for that. In fact, she's more nicer than anybody else in on the muck." Miss Turner beamed on TK. "I knows that. All of us knows it. But I don't give a damn how nice she is. I got to have some place to sit down and eat. Sop ain't going to bluff me neither. Let him fight like a man. Take your hands off me, TK." "No, I wouldn't neither. You coming on out of the place. Who going to make me come out?" "Me, that's who. I'm in here, ain't I? If you don't want to respect nice folk like Miss Turner, God knows you going to respect me. Come on out of here, Kudame." "Turn him loose, TK," Sterrett shouted. "That's my buddy. us coming here together, and he ain't going nowhere until I go myself. Well, both of y'all is going, Tea Cake shouted and fastened down on Kurume. Dockery grabbed Sterrett and they wrestled all over the place. Some more joined in and dishes and tables began to crash. Miss Turner saw what with dismay that Tea Cake's taking them out was worse than letting them stay in. She ran out in the back somewhere and got her husband to put a stop to things. He came in, took a look, and squinched down into a chair in an off corner and didn't open his mouth. So Miss Turner struggled into the mask and caught Tea Cake by the arm. That's all right, Tea Cake. I appreciate your help, but leave him alone. Nah, sir, Miss Turner. I'm going to show them they can't come around over nice people and loud talk no place once I'm around. They going out of here. By the time everybody in and around the place was by that time, everybody in and around the place was taking sides. Somehow or other, Miss Turner fell down, and nobody knew she was down there under all the fighting. You fucking, I know you fucking lying. And broken dishes and crippled up tables and broken off chairs and window panes and such things. Are y'all crazy? It got so that the floor was knee deep with something no matter where you put your foot down. Are y'all crazy? But TK kept right on until Kudume told him, I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Y'all tried to tell me right and I wouldn't listen. I ain't mad with nobody. Just to show y'all I ain't mad, me and Sterrett going to buy everybody something to drink. Old man Vickers got some good coon dick over round Pahokee. Come on, everybody. Let's go get our knots charged. Everybody got in a good humor and left. Miss Turner. Miss Turner got up off the floor, hollering for the police. Look at her place. How come nobody didn't call the police? then she found then she found out that one of her hands was oh my god. Oh my god. Then she found out that what her oh my god, my stomach. Oh my god. Yo, I am crying. Oh, did she? Okay, I'm gonna try and get through this sentence, y'all. Oh my god. Then she found out that one of her hands was all stepped on and her fingers. She found out one of her hands was all stepped on and her fingers were bleeding pretty pert. What the fuck? Oh my god. 2 or 3 people who were not there during the fracas poked their heads in at the door to sympathize with that. Man, Mr. Oh my god. Oh my god. But that made Miss Turner matter. She told them where to go in a hurry. Then she saw her husband sitting over there in the corner. Oh my god. Then she saw her husband sitting over there in the corner with his long bowling legs all crossed up, smoking smoking his pipe. What kind of man is you, Turner? You see these no-count niggers coming in here and break up my place. How can you sit and see your wife out troubled? I forgot he was in there. Oh my god. You ain't no kind of man at all. You seen that tea cake shove me down. Yes, you did. You ain't raised your hand to do nothing about it. Oh my god, now she laying on tea cake. Maybe he did shove me down on purpose. Oh my god. No, 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 no. I'm reading. What? No. I do it in there. I'm almost done. No. Turner removed his pipe and answered, "Yeah? And you see how I did swell up too, didn't you? You tell Tea Cake he better be careful I don't swell up again." At that time, and that Turner crossed his legs the other way and kept right on smoking his pipe. Oh my God. Miss Turner hit at him the best she could with her hurt hand and then spoke her mind for half an hour. Oh my God. That was so funny. It's a good thing my brother wasn't around here when he happened to, he would have killed somebody. My son too. They got some manhood about them. We's going back to Miami where folks is civilized. Nobody told her right away that her son and brother were already on their way after pointed warnings outside the cafe. No time for fooling around. They were hurrying into Palm Beach. She'd find out about that later on. Monday morning, Kudame and Sterrett stopped by and begged her pardon profusely and gave her $5 apiece. Then Kudame said, "They tell me I was drunk Saturday night and clowning down. I don't remember a thing about it. But when I get to peeping through my liquor, they tell me I'm a mess." All right, y'all. That was chapter 16 and 17. Fuck. Chapter 17 is fucking hilarious. That is so funny. Okay. Okay. I love y'all. See y'all later. Thank you. That is chapter 16 and 17 of Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Thanks.